Well, I wanted to share a few thoughts with you guys. As we record today, Father's Day is 1 week away. And as a dad, I spent a lot of time thinking about how to be a good dad. And so what I do is I look to some of the examples I have. You guys see my air conditioning there? Look to some of the examples that I have or have had. First off, I think about my own dad. Unfortunately, we lost him about 10 years ago to cancer. So I think about what are some of the characteristics that he had that a good dad emulates. Dad was one of the most loyal people I've ever known. Maybe loyal to a fault. Could possibly be something that I inherited from him. Hard worker. Man, he was a hard worker. He was a factory worker his whole life. 8-10 hours a day on a factory floor. Highly intelligent man. Even in a factory doing the same thing over and over every day, he would over time go around to different stations to learn all the different jobs. Not an overly affectionate man. Never questioned that he loved me at all. But not an affectionate man. The last few years he changed. I think after the first time he got cancer, he started to realize that, clock was ticking. So I looked to my own dad. Then I looked to a good parish priest as a good father. Always there for his family, 24/7, whatever they need. I think of one story. When one of our kids was born, she had underdeveloped lungs. Our first two kids were perfectly healthy. She was born a little premature with underdeveloped lungs. And so the first night actually, it's probably 10, 11 at night, the doctors told us that she was going to need to go to the neonatal ICU. Scared me to death. Absolutely scared me to death. I had already come back home for the day to stay the night with the older two kids. And because I was so scared, we went ahead and called a priest to go ahead and get her baptized. And not one but two priests showed up. Neither one was our parish priest. Late at night, no questions asked. They were there for what we needed. I think of St. Joseph, an ideal father. And then when I think about fathers, what a good father is, obviously we can look to our Heavenly Father. Dog's doing some digging by me. So what are some characteristics of our Heavenly Father that a dad needs to emulate? Short of, all of them. Loving, forgiving, compassionate. I think about, as his child, how many times in my life I've messed up. I've been selfish, been greedy, what have you. Always right there with forgiveness. Always there to remind me there's a right way to do things and a wrong way, but always there with forgiveness, compassion. So a couple closing thoughts. Number one, if you're fortunate enough to still have your dad around, tell him you love him. Thomas just said he loves me. Sorry, I got a little choked up there. If you are a dad, you got a tough job, man. But it's the best one there is. Love your kids, love your wife. Try to emulate those examples that are in your life. Go to prayer. We're really all just kind of toddlers, stumbling around, running into things. We go to prayer to receive that help from our Heavenly Father. and do the best we can while we're here. We are back at it on a cool and breezy April day. Got a couple panels off the other day, and then we had a bunch of rain. So I'm not sure how the roof deck is going to hold up. So I'm going to work on finishing those. Well, Thomas works on this side. Hopefully it doesn't fall off. We had a bad windstorm the other day. Did a little bit of work for us. Oh, he made it. He's going to work on peeling these shingles. We'll see what we can get done. Got those 3 pieces of roof decking off. I was hoping to be able to salvage them. They got pretty soft with the rain, so we'll have to replace those. And Thomas has been working on the back. Probably not quite halfway done. Try to finish that up and peel these sheets of plywood off, call it a day. Dishes are done, Mom.
I'm not a mom.
We got it all peeled off. Unfortunately, most of the roof decking is probably not going to be reusable. The shingle roof had apparently started leaking substantially before they put the metal roof on. Probably just cut the bad off, save the rest for scraps. But good news is I have quite a bit of this stuff from another project that we can steal from.
There's no center beam.
Nah, there's no ridge beam.
Huh. Never realized that, Tony.
Yep. We're gonna call it a short day today. Time to get home for supper. Next time we come out, we're gonna tackle the rafters, well, the fascia board and the rafters, and hopefully be able to lay down the walls. I have to admit there's a couple points in the taking the building apart process that I was pretty discouraged. Just felt like we got set back so far. By the time we got the cabin back up, the temperatures were going to be too high to really enjoy it. But seeing what we've accomplished today gets me a little bit more excited. I think we're at a point where the rest is going to go fairly fast. And I think building it won't take that long either, but I've thought that before. So a little more excitement, a little more pep in my step today, which is good. Like I said, we're going to call it a day. We'll see you guys next time. Well, made it out here for a little bit today. I'm going to start work on the rafters. I was hoping to be able to haul out a generator and a sawzall and just cut where the nails are. But we've gotten a ton of rain and it's way too wet to drive back there. And the generator is way too big to carry. So I'm hoofing it back there today. Mostly just kind of want to try proof of concept. Brought a hacksaw with me. So if I can get it with a hacksaw, I'm thinking surely I'll be able to get it with a sawzall. But we'll see. So first I have to take these off. For the life of me, I can't remember what they're called. It's not a grommet, is it? Anyway, gonna pop those off. And then right where the rafters meet and are nailed together, I'm gonna try and saw right down through there. Just saw through the nails. Try to do the same thing where it meets the eave. My thinking is that'll tear up the rafters less than if I try and pry them off. So we'll find out. Other bad news is that since I walked up here, I forgot the tripod. So no action shots today, but we'll see what progress we can make. Okay, not too bad. It was a little hard on the shoulder using the old hacksaw there, but I was able to saw through. It looks to be a healthy amount of nails holding that together. And then at the eave, the angle's just wrong to use this kind of saw. My handle kept running into that eave, that top plate there. But once I freed it from the fascia board there, and I was able to pry it up with no damage. So I'm gonna try prying the other side up, see if it comes as easy. All right, that one came off not too bad either. A little bit of prying and then kind of set my shoulder under it and lift it up and pull it down, lift it up and pull it down. And it works its way loose. What's gonna be fun is on these birds' mouth, getting all those nails out. guy must have had plenty of nails on hand. There's one set down. 10 more to go. Well, not much time out here today. Was really just looking for a kind of proof of concept. You know, if I can run a Sawzall blade down through there, just cut the nails, is that going to work? And it looks like it will. We get that out here, I think we'll be able to knock those out pretty quick. But first, next time we come out, we've got something to take care of. I don't know who's in charge of maintenance and janitor around here, but I'm gonna have to cut their pay. We've got a mess on our hands. We've got backside of the roof. We couldn't get the trailer back here like we did on the front side, so we just dropped them on the ground. Got to get all that cleaned up, get all the nails picked up. We got the last bit of the wall boards here that need to be taken over, denailed, and stacked with the other. We've got the roof decking. Probably not going to reuse that as roof decking. A lot of it had seen some moisture. So I'm probably just going to cut the good parts out and just to have them for scraps, things like that. And then there's just little bits and pieces here and there that all need to be picked up. So we're going to clean up first and then hopefully pop these rafters off. And then it's time to lay the walls down, and we're getting close. The floor, TBD, not sure how hard that's going to be to peel those boards up. And I think I might go a different direction with the floor. Still thinking on that. Anyway, I think that's all for today. See you guys out here next time.